So as I describe the importance of the Nathaniel Branden Institute to her career, you may be wondering, who is Nathaniel Branden? As I said, he was a young student, follower of Rand's, and I'm going to read here an excerpt from the book that catches their relationship in a key transition moment. Although it started innocently enough, there had always been a current of flirtation between the two. Rand made no secret of her esteem for Nathan, openly identifying him as a genius. His face, she said, was her kind of face. The Brandens' marriage only briefly papered over the growing attraction between Ayn and Nathan. The subtext of their relationship spilled into the open during a long car ride to Canada in the fall of 1954. The two couples and another friend had taken a road trip to visit Barbara's family. On the ride home, Barbara watched her husband and Rand holding hands and nuzzling in the back seat of the car. Sick with jealousy and anger, she confronted him afterward. Nathan denied everything. He and Rand had a special friendship, nothing more. His sentiment was genuine. Nathan worshipped Rand, but it was Barbara he had chosen, or so he consciously believed. Like Barbara, Ayn had registered a shift. The next day, she summoned Nathan to her apartment, where she waited alone. It was a scene out of the best romantic fiction. After some delay, Rand became urgent and direct. She and Nathan had fallen in love, yes? Nathan, overwhelmed, flattered, excited, confused, responded in kind. They kissed hesitantly. There would be no turning back. But this was still the founder of objectivism, believing in rationality above all else. They must be honest with their spouses, Rand decided. She called them all to a meeting at her apartment. As Barbara and Frank listened incredulously, Rand's hypnotic voice filled the room and stilled their protests. The spell she had cast was too strong to break now. At meeting's end, she and Nathan had secured what they requested, a few hours alone each week. Their relationship would be strictly platonic, they assured their spouses. Privacy would allow them to explore the intellectual and emotional connection they could no longer pretend did not exist. When the inevitable happened, Rand was again honest with both Barbara and Frank. She and Nathan wished now to be lovers, she explained, but it would naturally be a short affair. She had no wish to hold back Nathan, 25 years her junior. Her explanation came clothed in the rational philosophy she had taught them all. By giving their feelings full expression, Nathan and Ayn were simply acknowledging the nature of reality. Now, if you'd like to know what happens next, you'll have to read the book. And there are many twists and turns to this particular thread of the story and to the story of Ayn Rand herself. And I trace in the book how objectivism developed into and influenced the libertarian movement, the founding of the Libertarian Party, how she remained important to Greenspan as he continued to ascend the political ladder. And I think, though, that perhaps the most surprising twist and turn of all comes in the last pages of the book when I try to take stock of Rand's place in our culture today. As you may know, there's been something of a Rand renaissance in the past year. In this year alone, Atlas Shrugged has sold around 300,000 copies, which is the most it's ever sold. It's on track to break all sales records. There's been a trend of going Galt on the right, which means, in reference to John Galt, the hero of Atlas Shrugged, to restrict your economic production so that you do not suffer punitive taxation. And her books have been recommended by everybody from Glenn Beck to Rush Limbaugh. So she's really more powerful today on the political right than she ever was during her life. So while my book was written as history, it's really indispensable if you want to understand what's happening today in American society, culture, and politics. Thank you for your attention. I'd be happy to take questions afterwards.